Hi, everybody. Welcome to Choral Conversations. We're excited for an amazing conversation today. As always, we have Angelina
Hi, everyone.
and our amazing guest, Alina Solarova, who she will announce herself and present herself, but already she's such an amazing human being. I call her Superwoman just because I don't know how she balances everything in her life, but we welcome you, Alina. How are you today?
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for this warm introduction. Thank you so much. I am super excited. It's such an honor to be here with you ladies because, yes, I mean, the life gets busy, but everyone thinks that like being how you said it, like a superhero is something not realistic. But today I really want to go through some like lifestyle hacks, maybe
Okay,
if we can put
okay,
it this way.
okay.
Then we're gonna like share that taking care of yourself, taking care of your family, working at the same time and having fun with, just friends and stuff. So it's normal. It's not something. So we'll talk about it today in details.
Amazing. And hopefully I can begin to normalize your greatness. To start, where are you located?
So I've been living in Los Angeles since 2010. I
Hmm.
love this city. We have moved to more like a residential area. When I
Okay.
just first got here with my husband, it was like downtown LA. It was busy, but it was convenient for work. And now it's, yeah, like residential part. We own a house, so it's more like family oriented life right now.
Amazing. So happy to
Same.
have three LA girls on this call. It's amazing.
Yay.
And Angelina will ask some amazing questions, but we really just want to get into your background. So, what do you do for work?
So I'm a teacher by profession, and I opened my daycare. So I've decided, like, okay, I got my son, and I've decided to start a daycare for him because I
Hmm.
had like a certain vision how I want to see the education for my child.
Wow.
And being a teacher kind of helped me a lot with having this experience, and I just integrated my knowledge and my experience to my own business, and I run it from home. It's a
Okay.
family daycare. So
Amazing.
now my son goes to school. So now my daughter is here. She's actually graduating already. She's 5. She's
Ah.
going to kindergarten, and I have a third baby on the way who's going to be continuing the daycare thing.
I love
So yeah,
that. How tough,
incredible.
isn't it so amazing?
Wow.
I'm wondering because that's a thing we think about a lot in America is how we're going to raise our children. Maybe we look at the schooling system is not ideal or issues of safety, as you know, we hear all over the news. What encouraged you to do that? Because that's a big deal to run a daycare and then to do it so close to home. How or what influenced your decision to kind of press forward and do that?
The turning point was where I was not planning to open a daycare at all, and I was looking for one for my son. So he was like about 1 year old, and I checked other daycares, and I was like, "What is this?" It was so not what I was imagining in my head, where I want my kids to grow, the environment, the teachers. I cannot really say anything bad about those, but what philosophy I had, well, I could not implement it to those places which I checked. So, and then I got a friend of mine who said, "Why don't you open your own?" And to me, that was like, what do you mean? It's like, how do I do that? And I was kind of new to this country. I didn't know the rules, and the system is so different. But she
Right.
said you can open a Russian daycare, like a Russian style, and like people might want it because it's a big Russian speaking community in LA. And yeah, so I've been having the daycare for 7 years, and
Wow.
mostly like 90% of my clients, they are Russian speakers. And yeah, so again, I didn't want to, but I saw that there was no place where I can be so confident to put my child in.
Right.
And I had to kind of create my own space.
I love this so much
That's
because
incredible.
these are like the types of people that we work with and that we engage with in Coral Club, people who are starters. I love that you said you couldn't find an environment, so you created one. So not only are you a healthy, beautiful woman, you're a wife, you're a mother and an expecting mother, congratulations, and a
Thank
business
you.
owner
Congratulations.
of almost a decade. So we're going to get into our questions. Angelina has an amazing lineup of questions and just continue the conversation. But you see now why, for us, we feel like you're superwoman because we only take care of ourselves
For
and
women.
maybe our family members. But man, you're doing a great job.
Thank you,
Yes.
Jessica. Thank you.
And now, speaking of the daycare that you have, I would love to know how you manage having that daycare, your health business, and managing family time, just being superwoman and managing all of it.
Let me start with the very beginning where I had just my son, right? I got the license, I got the home set up, everything was ready. And then I needed clients, right? This was the
Mhm.
challenging part because I was new to this business. No one knew about me, and no one would really think like to trust me just out of nowhere. So I had to, but I had like the moms community where I was hanging out. So there, that was the place where I was promoting myself
Okay.
basically.
Mm.
And once I started getting my first clients, that that new fresh that start was challenging because I didn't have enough money to hire teachers right away. So in the very beginning it was just like me and three kids, and I was cooking, I was cleaning, I was like doing all this
Oh,
stuff myself. My husband was helping me a bit. He was working from home back then,
Okay.
and but it was challenging. That was for sure. But three kids was kind of okay, in the beginning because the food that we've been serving that was like a simple food, something you just like a soup, like a salad, so something easy. And kids, they just need the love. They need, they don't need this academics from like 9 to 5, right? You just need to arrange this playtime. You need to watch them, for safety concerns. So yeah, like the first year was challenging again because I needed to find the clients and to expand. But
Right.
once all this thing started rolling, this got much more easier. I hired my first assistant, and now I have like a whole team. Well, I kind of want to say I do nothing right now. Well, it's not true, but in the beginning it was like 24/7. Like I
Right.
was busy cleaning, and then at the end of a day, once the daycare's closed, I was still a mom and a wife.
Yeah.
So, and I think like that was when it was hard, because like I think emotionally, like not really physically but emotionally, that you work all day and then still you need to work to put your child to sleep, and all this kind of stuff, spend time together. So that was challenging, yes. However, I was getting great support. I'm very grateful to have my husband that was supporting me, because to be honest, I wouldn't be able to do it by myself. There were times when I would be like, I'm giving up. I'm closing my daycare. I'm done. You go work. I'll just stay home. He goes like, no, you can do this. And I think we all need this kind of person in our lives. It could be your mom, it could be your sister, it could
Love
be
that.
maybe your daughter, like if once they get older, so, or your friend. I mean, it depends, right? But I got super lucky to have him to support me.
Amazing. I love
that's
that.
so amazing. Always having that support is so important when, and just in everyday life, but even in starting a business, especially, that's so important. And you spoke about how it was definitely a difficult time. So, how are you able to take a step back and really take care of yourself and incorporate healthy habits into your routine and maybe your family routine to keep that stress level low and, the health up?
I there was a point where I was like really about to give up because it was so much responsibility. And I was like, okay, what are my options? And I think, when they say when you're ready, your mentor comes, your teacher,
I've heard
like
of that. Yeah, the
this kind
hum
of
hums.
saying.
Yes.
And so my sister-in-law, also a close person, actually my husband's sister, she reached out, and back then I had really like low energy. I was, constantly thinking about like taking care of others, and she came into my life with coral mine. It was like, like something like, what are you talking about? It was like, what? I'm like so busy. I have all the things to take care of, and now you're talking about something. She goes, no, it's gonna help you. I'm like, I don't need any help, duh. And I just didn't expect the help from her.
Wow.
It was just,
Wow.
I was like, again, sometimes we're so into, you know, us, like, oh, I'm like, I have to manage everything, I have to deal with everyone. And sometimes we cannot really see the help that's coming. And that person was reaching out. And, I think it's like a sort of an ego that goes like, "Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Don't bother, me." So, but then here she was with coral mine. I was like, "What is that?" So I was like super skeptical, and it was beginning of this of my daycare, and it was where I was so, they also say you could be so tired and emotionally devastated that you don't even realize it.
Yeah,
So
it's
like you
true.
could be like
Yes.
depressed, but you don't even understand it.
You're
Mhm.
Like,
so busy that you don't know you're depressed.
right, right. So it becomes normal. But what happens if, again, like I got so lucky that she came into my life, but this, what I hear, that people start having like panic attacks, and, really something, major might happen, that the body, it's like a car. You can drive your car, you can go here and there, but when the check engine light turns on, you have to take care of it.
Yeah,
if
it's
you
true.
if you just
Mhm.
ignore your, even like the gas thing, like that your tank is empty, if you just ignore it, you're like, oh, that's fine, whatever. Eventually your car's gonna stop, right?
Yeah.
So yes, you
Wow.
sure you can go ahead and ignore it, but your car will stop. The
Wow.
body is same way. You might ignore it, but eventually there could be a day, and I can hear it from people at a young age, that they have this emotional breakdown or something, where
Mhm.
they end up at a hospital.
Yeah,
So
especially in LA.
if we don't take care of ourselves properly and on time, you know, who knows what's going to happen. So, but speaking about me, I got really lucky that I didn't this person came into my life, and she said, hey, how's your health? Like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine. The big stereotype is that we think that if we young, and I was like 30 back then, right? I was like, I'm fine. We think that age kind of like distinguishes that you're fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And nowadays I see that even at the age of 18, 20, your health could be not okay. And
Yeah.
you still think that, no, you're young, you have the resources, and you think that the body has resources. Yeah, but our resources are limited. We're born, we have so much calcium in our bones, we have so much collagen. But after the age of 25, this collagen, it kind of stops producing in that amount. So we have to take care of ourselves. But again, we're so busy. We're so
Yeah.
busy to do the research. We just think, oh yeah, I'm like drinking my green tea and eat orange, like one orange a day, and it's enough to have for the vitamin C. It's just a lot of stereotype. And what's good thing about all this is that people are started talking about it more. Like it's
Yes.
getting like the people at the
Mhm.
younger age, so they don't wait till they turn 50 and then they go to the gym or they
It's
start taking
true.
supplements. They
Yes,
start earlier, and I'm so happy because this is like a new trend,
Yes.
right? Being healthy is
It's a
trend.
good
Like,
trend.
a really good
you've
one.
seen
Yes.
those like usually like before, like in my younger age, like you would go to the nightclub, you would drink so much not good stuff, and you dance till the morning. And now what's I've heard is getting popular, like those coffee dancing or something, where you dance during the day without alcohol.
Love that.
So yeah, like
Oh,
I heard
Wow.
this like somewhere, that yes, so they serve like juices, coffee, yes, why not during the day, and you dance during the day, so you don't have to mess up your sleep routine and stay up, late. So I mean, I it looks like the world is changing for better,
It
but at the
is.
same time, what helped me the realization is this: no one's gonna help me but myself. I have to,
Yeah.
to be responsible for my own health. So yeah, that was the turning point when I was like, okay, I'm 30 years old. Yes, I'm still young. I have some energy, but there got to be something. So yeah.
I love that. And if I can ask a follow-up question, because it seems that the health and the wellness, it found you in the form of your sister-in-law. You were like, I'm fine, but actually you weren't. At what point, after maybe taking a look at your health and maybe also using Core Club products, did you say, wait, I actually wasn't fine before. This is how I should be feeling consistently? Because you said before maybe you were operating a certain way and you didn't know that that wasn't your optimal self. So at what point did you start to feel good and realize like, hey, oh, this is how I'm supposed to be feeling?
Jessica, great question. I'm gonna give you the like very good example.
Okay.
Like my first pregnancy was 10 years ago. I was 26. I thought I was fine. And but I had this nausea, in
Mhm.
the first 3 months, and I thought it was okay. This is how, it gets promoted in the society, that it's
Mhm.
okay to throw up, basically. Who wants that? But they say, oh, being pregnant is okay. Now, 10 years later, right? But using the product, having a healthy lifestyle. I'm not saying before I didn't have a healthy lifestyle, but now my the definition of a healthy lifestyle has changed to me, and it's not just going to the gym and eating healthy foods. It's really taking care of myself on a cellular level, where the health starts within ourselves, and
Right.
we have not been taught about it. So, and again, now being pregnant, my third pregnancy, and I didn't have any nausea. I have more energy. I'm
Wow.
older. Like people say it's gonna get harder, but no, I feel much better. And this is an example that I took responsibility. I got prepared for my pregnancy. It was not like, okay, let's get pregnant. It was not like that. I was preparing. And in the very beginning, when my sister-in-law stepped in, and she told me, she asked me to take a look on my health. And back then, because I opened up a daycare, I got exposed to many kids. My immune system didn't really wasn't really happy about those changes. Kids like sneezing around and coughing and all this kind of stuff. And the regular way is through the like pharmacy. I'm not saying that's not the way, but immune system is something that um, we can work on it and make it stronger. And
Amazing.
just, from our childhood, they taught us, oh, just take vitamin C. No, it's not just about vitamin C, it's the whole concept. It's about the proper hydration, it's about a good rest at night and during the day, it's about your physical activity. Yes, it is about what you eat, but it's all gonna start working only all together if you apply all those factors in your life, if you start those changes. So to me, once I once I got introduced to Coral Mine, then the main product that we promote, right, the water, the minerals for our water. And this is my signature bottle. Everyone
Yes.
knows my yellow bottle with the minerals inside, the coral mine. And I started drinking water. I was going through the cleansing and detoxing processes, and we have the immunity pack, which became my favorite product because that was my goal. I could not, you know, imagine that being sick, like being in bed for like few days is okay. So, and once I worked on my immune system, I felt how strong I am right now to all those viruses and coughing. And it's really not about like they say, oh, like someone is coughing next to you, you're gonna get sick. It's not how it works. It's about how strong are your cells. And now I'm like, someone is coughing. Sure. I mean, people, yes, like, I'm not like, getting frustrated or something. It just, you learn, like, you basically with Coral Club and with the right mentor, you learn that there is another way, like more authentic, more holistic. And I'm so glad we have so many doctors within the whole company that they're
Yeah.
doing researchers. It's not like a one day research. It's like 20 years, right? They spend on certain products to
Yeah.
do the research and really find out what makes people like joints, turn like suffer or something. Like it's about really finding those answers, and great scientists help us, our company, to develop those products, and I'm so grateful for that.
Amazing.
Incredible. Um, and I actually have a question. So you mentioned that you really love Coral Mine and Immunity Pact, but maybe what are other products that fit into your daily routine,
Yeah.
as a mom, a business owner in general, as a woman?
We have a really, thank you for your question, Angelina. I really loved Silver Max. It comes in a spray bottle.
Okay.
Like you can add this pump to it, and it's really, my favorite, one of my favorite products, because I can take it anywhere with me. Like you go to like public places, or like you can also use it to prevent any
Yeah.
like viruses, to get inside of you. But also what's amazing about it, that um I didn't think about it back then because I talk a lot as a teacher, and once my voice was like kind of like low, and I had like some caffeine, and I used it and it helped me so fast. So it was working amazing. And the ingredients are like, I'm 100% sure that ingredients are the best, that it's gonna help me. So
For
those
sure.
products are really like innovative, and they're helping me and my family. And also what I tell my clients, the people around me, that you do not focus on like, oh, how hard it is to take supplements and to take care of your health. It becomes your lifestyle. Like recently we went camping, so imagine, it's like the woods, there was like nothing, and here I am with my bottle, with my collagen, with my vitamin D, like all this kind of product. And I travel a lot, and I just throw it in my suitcase. But people go like, oh, I'll start my this program after my, I don't know, whatever,
Your
they
trip.
come up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they come up with excuses. I'm like, do you really plan everything in your life? Like, okay, today I'm not gonna brush my teeth, I'm gonna brush them on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So you don't think
Mm-mm.
about it like, like, okay, today I'm not gonna eat, but I'm gonna eat tomorrow. Like, you don't do this. You do stuff on a regular basis. So same thing, being healthy. It's not like you're healthy Monday to Friday, and then on the weekend you're not. So it's not. And then because we have a system, a certain concept, right? Like step one, step two, step three, four, and
Yes.
five, it's so easy to follow. Again, you could go to your trip to Hawaii, you can go to a trip to Egypt. Anywhere you go, you can take the product with you. So to me, it's a lifestyle that I also taught to my family, because yes, we go out, kids eat pizza, they want to have something like a treat. And I'm like, my goal is to teach them it's not about being healthy, like eating broccoli every day. It's not about it. It's about, yes, you can have pizza, yes, you
Yeah.
can have like a chocolate bar. However, we need to supplement ourselves, and we have great products. We have omega for kids, we have the vitamin C. I mean, it's just like easy to teach them from the very beginning
Yeah.
that we have great products to support
Hmm.
their little bodies. And again, we tend to think that our body has so many resources, but let's be honest that living in a big city, like the environment, it's not the best right now. Having stress, even kids, they might get stressed, at school or
Yes.
at sports. So we have to help ourselves. And
It's
this is my
true.
goal, to teach my family as well that,
Yes.
okay, you get home, you wash your hands. Same thing, you have to take care of your inner body. Like on a cellular level, you drink your water, right? Like my son, he loves this like sports drinks. I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, once in a while you might have it, but
Yeah.
in your blood, you don't have the sport drink, right? In order for your blood to circulate, you need regular water. And well, there are again so many filters, there are so many way to like purify the water, but Coral Club has proved that over so many years, there's so many scientists that scientifically it's proven that our water is alkaline, it's pure, and it's like really suitable for our cells,
It's
that it
true.
gets penetrate in the cells. And this is
Hmm.
what I love the most, that yes, you can drink any water, but I think it's the great investment in yourself. Because yes, we, like, no one was teaching us to drink water. It was not like in the culture. Sure, we drink coffee, we drink teas, but I'm not like against it. I still drink, coffee sometimes. So but it's about supplementing ourselves, because again, those resources, that they are not unlimited.
It's
So at a
true.
certain age, we need to start taking care of it. And what I see, why wait till you're 20? You
Yeah, I
should start
agree.
early,
Start
yes.
young. And
Start
just for the
young.
Hmm.
people that are listening, what Alina is referring to is Coral Club. We have our concept of health, which is a multi-step program that focuses on hydration, cleansing, really just nurturing your cells. And I love that you guys are both staying hydrated even during our recording. But I guess one thing I want to ask following is what you're saying is our concept of health is essentially good for any age. It doesn't just have to be like, oh, if you're a little bit older or so, even kids can basically adopt those concepts and those principles into their lives.
Exactly, yes, because again, Coral Club and the Coral Club health concept, it's not only about supplements. Like, people also get this confused. The health concept is about start taking care of yourself. So yes, you start with water, but actually, like, the what goes behind this is your mindset, is what all our leaders are teaching us. The mindset is that start taking care of yourself without thinking like, oh, the someone else gonna help me. It's your
Yeah.
mindset. You choose to be healthy.
Right.
So this is how you kind of like these has to be your motivation. You want to be healthy, you want to be active. Like, I need this energy, that's why I drink water, that's why I use our product, because I need the energy.
Hmm.
And yes, the coffee energy drinks, they give you a 20-minute pump, like, this boost. But
Yes.
then what happens after, we know.
Yeah.
You drink coffee, but then it slows down and you might be
Gosh.
sad, right?
We're laughing because we're coffee drinkers, and yeah,
You
it's
Me
very
know?
true.
too.
Like,
Me too. Yeah.
like
But
yes.
it's normal. It's like okay to have it as a treat. Like, people
Mhm.
have different stuff to treat themselves, right? So someone goes get shoes every day. I have like a person with many, many, many shoes. I have person that goes to the gym like 3 times a day. I mean, they're like different. The what we love could be different. And drinking coffee, drinking those sport drinks, it doesn't mean that you don't want to be healthy, but you need the balance. Like you
True.
said earlier, right? That how to balance all this stuff. You set up priorities. Like right now, the number one priority for me is taking care of myself, because I'm pregnant and my life is busy. And right now, I start realizing that, okay, there is another person growing inside of me, and I need this person. I need to help this person. And how do I help it? Right nutrition, proper hydration, but also I need to plan my rest.
Yes.
This is actually one of the
Mhm.
parts of health concept, is that you need to take care of your sleep routine, of the circadian rhythms, meaning you should not go to bed at 1 a.m. Even if you want to. Like, the Coral Club is teaching us that for your proper health, again, to have this energy, the best hours to go to bed is 10 p.m., right? And you can get up at like 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 7 a.m. It should not be late than, I think, like 6:30. So, but anyway, the night time is where all our hormones, they got like they get this rest as well. So
Mhm.
we should not ignore it. So
Yes.
yes, we need to take the right supplements, but also we need to rest. We need to emotionally get recharged. And for people, again, it could be traveling, it could be coffee, it could be some brunch with girlfriends, it could be, anything.
Yeah.
So the health concept that Coral Club has created, and people are applying it for so many years on their health, is that, yeah, being healthy is not just you drink water. You drink water, your mindset, your physical activity, your proper bedtime routine. It's your inner hygiene. This is
Yeah.
this is important, right? That we take a shower, like, we know that we should brush our teeth, we need to take showers, but this is your internal shower, that your organs also need to go to get this water. Because yeah, we don't see them, we cannot like scan our body, but this is the shower. And again, Coral Club is teaching you this. So as I was getting this knowledge, I was like, wow, there is so much that we don't know. And I think, yeah, like all this like little pieces of information got together in a big picture, that yes, I want to be healthy, I need this energy, I want to go through my day with positive energy, with the help of others, that I can able to give them. Because if
Right.
we are low energy, we cannot help anyone. And you know so that was important to me. So immunity pack,
Mhm.
definitely. Coral mind, definitely. I also love our gut cleanse, which helps you not it helps you with this feeling in your stomach area that like you feel lighter because your body gets a good cleanse, but also your brain, it
Yes.
kind of
Because
clears up.
serotonin is made
Yeah.
in your gut. So definitely can make you happier. Your brain is clearer.
Hmm.
Because we eat often based on kind of like, oh, I'm going out, so I have to eat. You go in to watch movies, you get the popcorn. You go to Target, you get your Starbucks. Like we're eating without realizing where, with it we might not even need to eat like at the certain point.
Yeah.
But the Go Detox is one of my favorite products. That was also important for me when I was getting ready for pregnancy, that I wanted, because gut is also important for our immunity overall. So I was going through that program a few times within a year, because it's important. And also our parashield program is really cool one in order to get ready for pregnancy. So I mean, yeah, just need to contact your mentor and say like, okay, I want to get prepared for something. For instance, it could be like for athletes too, when they're preparing for those competitions. We have amazing products like H500 that
Yeah.
helps you with those
Hmm.
antioxidants. So again, we have like so many products, and
So
we
many.
have great team of the customer support, right? The leaders and the scientists that help us. So I am super grateful to be within the company, because it not only gave me the health, it gave me this amazing community. Like
Yeah.
look at you. Like I wouldn't meet you at at all if not Coral Club. So it's people also, that people, like positive people that are helping. And sometimes we do need this support, when we go to events. Sometimes you go like, oh, I don't have my partners with me, and and a random person from another team, they just will cheer you up. So it is amazing, it is priceless.
Love all of this.
Incredible. I really loved how you said the water is an inner shower for the body. That was really thoughtful to hear because I think people do really truly forget
Yeah.
that hydration is so important. Um, but I do have a question in terms of challenges, because as you said, it's so important to take care of yourself and wellness, but living such a busy life, what's your biggest challenge in staying consistent with that wellness, and how do you overcome that challenge?
I think time management was the biggest challenge, that
Mhm.
I was, how do you call, like a night owl, right? Where you stay late
Up.
hours. And that was my thing, because I was busy at work, and then I put my kids to bed, and then I needed to have some time by myself. And I
Mhm.
thought that staying up late is kind of helping. But it was the opposite, that I stayed up late, and those hours that I slept, let's say like from 1 a.m. to like 6 a.m., it was not enough for me, not for me personal, but for my hormones,
Mm.
so that I could feel better. And then at 6 a.m. my day would start to, that I would still need to put my, get my kids ready for school and get ready for work. And here was again another turning point where I was like, okay, I need to manage my hours. I need to maybe go out less, maybe go
Yeah.
shopping less, maybe do delivery instead of going to the groceries. I had to cut certain things, that I maybe not watch a TV show, so you have to sacrifice that in order, to manage your time. So to me, that was really how to balance, because we all want to have some time to ourselves once we have families, right? It's amazing to
Mhm.
have kids. I love my kids, but I'm here with them the whole day, and talking to a friend, or just laying down without doing nothing, right? It's challenging once you have your family next to you 24/7. So, and then, yeah, I had to set up those priorities. The health is number one. We cannot buy health, right? There are so
It's
many
true.
rich people that
Mhm.
are suffering from
Mhm.
diseases and stuff,
Yeah,
and
Yes.
we know that money cannot buy you this happiness and health.
it's true.
So, speaking about health and wellness, is that yes, managing the time. So, when I wake up, I'm fully engaged with my family, right? In the morning, this routine, making breakfast. And then during the day, once I have like my lunch break or like any kind of break that I get, it's like, okay, right now, what should I do for myself? And sometimes I opt for like a short walk because I know
Hmm.
it's gonna help my health, right? I need this movement. I need to get my blood and my lymph moving. So instead of just scrolling, your Instagram feed, which I love, I think we all love. Let's be honest, we're all humans. We want to know what's going on in the world. But sometimes I'll be like, okay, I need my steps. And on my break, I can go for a walk. So it's about finding the stuff that's important for kids. Also, sometimes, also, let's be honest here, you're so tired, exhausted, and you cannot really cook a healthy dinner with like a few different meal courses, and you're like, okay, let's go out. This is also an option because some moms, they think like, oh no, for kids you have to, like, I love to cook because I know it's healthier, I know what it is inside. But if you want to like go through this stuff, through this um like lifetime
Yeah,
with positive energy again, overwhelming yourself is not an option.
true.
Like you can ask
Hmm.
a friend, for instance, can you come help me out? So it's all about like thinking not what's good for right now, but what's also good for a long run. Yes, maybe I need to talk to my friend about like, hey, can you watch my kids on Friday night? And then I need to rest. So it's, little steps that sometimes we think, oh, it's not okay because on Instagram no one talks about it,
They
right? Everyone
don't.
is like, oh, my house is so perfect, uh, it's like such a big trend right now to show that you have like a beautiful house, your hair all done, you have perfect makeup, but what goes behind this? We
Right.
don't know. And like, I don't want to promote the super life that everything is amazing. No,
Hmm.
sometimes, like I'm telling you, I have those lazy days or on Sundays, right? When I can afford it, right? When I don't have to go to work. And, sometimes I'll be like, you know what? We're not going anywhere today. I just want to stay in my PJ. We're going to watch TV all day. We're going to order some food and that's it.
I
So,
love
and
that.
and it's
Hmm.
about being real. It's about being
Yes.
good to yourself. Because what's happening right now, people are like, competing with each other. No,
Yeah.
I'm better, mom. My kid goes to like 5 different activities
Hmm.
and you like running around, driving around city, taking your child from one activity to another, and you're exhausted. Who wants that?
Hmm.
What is you
Nobody.
just,
No.
yeah, like your neighbor's gonna say, oh, she's such a good mom. She like her kid speaks 5 languages, but the mom is like exhausted. She's, I don't know, like 35, but she's in such a great big like depression that
Hmm.
she's exhausted. She's so overwhelmed. We don't want that. So my philosophy is do not be extreme. Like, yes, you need the clean house, but yeah, you might hire someone one day or take ask for help,
Yeah.
but do not be like, oh, I am a superwoman, I can manage it all. No, like talk to your husband. And this is also what's like the rule in our family, that we always talk. It's not that I get like, oh, you don't help me and that's it, like, and I get mad at him. No, we talk. We need to keep that conversation open, that, you know what, honey, I'm like so tired, can you wash the dishes? And before, to me, that was not even possible to tell my husband, because like, no, this is my my job. No, it's not like my job to do the dishes. If I do the cooking, he can help me with the dishes, like talking.
Yes.
And women, they tend to take all the responsibilities on themselves. But this is not
Hmm.
how I see my life. I ask my kids to help me with, little stuff also. So again, and like managing the time. Sometimes I have to say no to certain people, which sometimes they get mad at me. Like if they ask me for help and I say, you know what, like this week, I'm dedicating myself to like this project because
Right.
sometimes, like at some point, I was like, I have so many different things to take care of, and it got me even more frustrated. I was like panicking when I'm gonna do all these, and it brings what stress, and we don't want to have stress. So sometimes you have to say no to certain stuff, like, okay, when you're gonna help me with this, when we're gonna go out, and sometimes I'm like, okay, I want to go out with you, but I cannot do it within the next 2 weeks, something like this.
Right.
And
Hmm.
also I think we need to kind of understand that it's normal. It's not that my ego is too high, I'm so busy, I'm like, you they think, oh, you pretend you're busy. No, it's just like you set up your priorities because you want to go to bed before 10, you want to help your kids, you want to find some time for activity, physical activities. Sometimes right now I'm thinking, okay, I better choose doing yoga than having, a small talk with someone.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like about what's right for you.
I
The small
appreciate
talk,
this.
yeah, so
Hmm.
this small talk, it's not that important. Yes, it's fun sometimes, but sometimes I have to say, oh, you know what? I have to go because I have my yoga class. And I think people should understand that this is okay. It's not you're
Yes.
being rude, right?
Right.
It's just
Yes.
I
being
love
taking
this.
care of
Hmm.
yourself.
Setting
Mhm.
boundaries and understanding
Yes.
what you need.
Boundaries,
That's so.
yes,
Hmm.
Angelina.
Yes.
Boundaries is a very important thing. Like your
Hmm.
hours, like you're not answering to your clients after hours. That was
Hmm.
also one of
Yes.
my biggest issues. I was
Hmm.
spending so much time after like the daycare was closed, and some
Right.
clients got upset at me. I'm like, you know what? I have my family.
Yeah. But
So
you're
the answer
teaching
is
them
easy.
balance. You're teaching them balance. And I think this is a very important conversation that we're having now because women, especially women in the United States, we're socialized for connection. So the way that you rate, if you ask a woman, like, oh, what do you do? The first thing, I'm a mom, or I'm a sister, or, this is what I am in relation to something else. Whereas men, maybe they
Hmm.
don't have that same issue. You ask a woman, what do I want? They don't know, but they know what they don't want once you bring it up to them. So having this conversation and being able to be bold enough to have the balance. And another thing I see that's so big on Instagram and TikTok, I don't know if you've seen it, Angelina, but mom guilt. People feel so guilty.
Yes.
Like, not only do they have to make all their food from scratch, they need to take their kids to a
Hmm.
million activities. As you mentioned, Alina, they need to still, spend time with their husbands or their spouses, make them happy. And then they're the last for themselves on the list. But hearing what you've said, it's remembering that you're just as important. You're an important part of that equation of happiness and wealth and health. And I believe that even if your clients were upset for a short period of time, eventually they began to learn that, hey, this is the part of wellness, taking care of not only the people who you help, but yourself too. I have never seen, and I'm speaking so honestly, a woman that is pregnant at 7 months with so much energy as yourself. So clearly you're doing something right. And
Yes.
I'm really grateful that you mentioned that because I think about that sometimes. Like, me as just one person, me and Angelina were busy professionals, and we haven't entered that stage of life where you are. And you could be like, where are they getting this time? But now I see it's time management and making good
Hmm.
choices.
Those boundaries, yes, Jessica, I absolutely agree with you. It was hard for me because people, again, they would turn back. They would be like, "What? How dare you to say no
Mm.
to me?" And things like that. And clients, most importantly, right? Because that was my income. And but I think eventually I started influence them in a way that they were like, oh, Alina is doing this. Like, how dare she? I remember when I went to my uh, to one of our events, our conferences, right? The business conferences. And instead of taking just 3 days off, that our events usually last for 3 days, I took like a week off. And I remember they were like, "What? She's gonna be away for a week?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I need the time after the event to kind of get back on track, take care of myself just a few
Yeah.
more days. And I think they were asking me like, "Oh, why did you do this? Why did you go there?" I'm like, "You know what? Yes, I have my business, but there are other things that interest me." And my choral club events, they are another priority for me. Not just my income, right? Because again, money does not buy everything. So yes, my clients are important, my business is important. I keep my license, everything is like good and clean and wonderful. However, my personal life, the people I talk to, the events I go to are important, and we make those choices. And yeah, like setting those boundaries, like, okay, those are my business hours, and after hours, I take care of my family and of myself. Because before, I remember I was talking to one of the clients like at 10 p.m. And now I'm like, why did I do that? Because I wanted to please everybody. But at the end of the day, it does not give me the health. It does not give me these excitement in a way that, oh, I'm gonna feel good. I felt tired, after talking to a
Mhm.
client at 10 p.m. Like, who wants that? So it
Yeah.
is, yeah, definitely about boundaries, that you start
Mm.
caring of yourself for a long run. Again, you might think, oh, just one time you're going to talk to the client at 10 p.m. No, it's not one time. It's really you make those right choices towards like, okay, I'm going to do this today, I'm going to do this tomorrow, and those are my rules. And yeah, like taking the days off, like I explained to you about Sundays, like sometimes like, yeah, just a PJ day, we do nothing and you just recharge. Or like we might go to the beach and spend there the whole day, like things like that you think are not important, but you have to plan your rest. This is what I've learned as well, because we're so busy, like you have no time to rest. And especially what I also tell my husband, that he sits a lot. He's an engineer. He has to sit in front of a computer. And I tell him like, set up a reminder, go for a short walk, like a 5-minute walk every
Mhm.
hour. You think it's not important. It's like something really silly. But if you get up every hour, hopefully off more often, but at least one an hour, and just maybe go down the stairs and come back and sit back at your desk, your limbs will flow. Your body will just get, this movement, and it's priceless. You cannot buy it. You cannot just pay someone's money to take care of your lymph and of your blood flow. So it's something that you personally have to choose, and
Mhm.
you have to implement into your life. So little steps, because look at the kids. They run around whole day. That's why they don't have any water retention, any problems, because they run all day. And we sit a lot and we think it's super important. Like our job is like, we have to, no, everyone can take 5-minute break. It's doable.
Mhm.
It just, sometimes we think, oh, it's fine. It's fine, yes, maybe when you're 20, when you're 30, but it might come back to you once you're older. And I personally choose not to wait. It's I can give you this great comparison with the teeth. When you go to the dentist and they say, oh, you have like a little cavity here, it will cost you like $100. You're like, you know what, next time I don't have $100 or something like this. You come back in 6 months, they tell you, oh, your cavity got bigger. Now you have to pay $500. You're like, you know what? I really have to do something else with this 500. You come back in 1 year and you will have to pay more than 1,000.
Yeah.
And it all started with such a little thing, right? $100 for a little cavity, but you waited, you wasted all this time, and like who, who earned here? The dentist, but they warned you, right?
Yeah,
It's not
it's
that they were
true.
hiding this for you. They told you up front, $100 will get your cavity cleared. But sometimes, like, oh no, that's fine. I'll take a vacation in like next year. Oh, like I call my mom next week. We tend to postpone stuff, and we don't think about the consequences. So my rule is, yeah, like you go to dentist every 6 months. It's like a must thing. You might not have money. Yeah, like depends on your insurance, but this is also like important. You check your teeth. Like this dental hygiene is important, right? Like your inner hygiene.
Right.
It's like because it's priceless. Again, you cannot buy it, even if you want to.
Mm,
If you have all the money on
Mhm.
earth, yes,
so
you have to
true.
invest it. So investing
Yes.
in Coral Club products, it's also a priority for me. Like I tell my friends, like, yeah, you can spend $100 at the bar, but I spend $100 on like collagen or something like that. So I invest, it's like my investment for,
Mm,
and the prices are great. The prices and quality, so the
Truly,
best. So it's like
yes.
a
especially.
great balance because
Hmm.
people try to think something cheaper. Yeah, there is cheaper, but what about the quality? And here I
Hmm.
know that we have
The
amazing
best.
doctors,
Hmm.
amazing
Exactly.
laboratories that are the best. So I
Yes.
trust the company, and here I am with my energy. So.
Ah, I love it. And Angelina, I don't know if you have time for one last amazing question for Alina before
Yes.
we get to our end of podcast question.
Yes. Last question would be, what would you say to other women considering joining Choral Club while balancing that family life?
I would say that you don't have to choose either one because your work, your business, your family, yes, they are with you. It's something that in your life daily, but taking care of your health with Coral Club, it's not something you need to like schedule, like, okay, I'll start taking care, I'll join Coral Club like next month. It's something that you should not be ignoring and waiting for the for the perfect time, perfect day to start. You need to start as early as possible. The best way to start yesterday. You should have pressed start yesterday rather than plan it one day, because again, life gets busy. We have all the responsibilities, activities, and work, and this and that, and cooking and cleaning. However, Coral Club has given me all the support I needed, like in terms
Hmm.
of wellness, health, how to help myself, how to go through some, if it's like you catch a cold and
Yeah.
you feel under the weather, it helps with all those like steps, because it gives you basically instructions. So don't wait, join Coral Club, because we have amazing team of supporters. We have like-minded people, and it's, again, I got lucky that I joined Coral Club on a perfect time before it got too late, because
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
never know when it's going to be too late. So it's better
Yes.
to, to prevent something
Right.
rather than to deal with what's happening
Hmm.
already.
I love this
Yes. Agreed.
so much,
That was
Alina.
an
And
incredible.
honestly, you've given us so much wisdom, and I'm so
Hmm.
grateful that Coral Club provided me the environment to get a chance for me and Angelina to meet you and kind of
Yes.
just see the other positive people in our life and be encouraged. You don't know how much your positive energy encourages even
Hmm.
me to be like more
And me.
positive. Yes, because it's like
Yes.
I have no excuse. It really energizes me because sometimes
Exactly.
we delay things in our life thinking either one will have more time or out of fear, like, hey, like if I can barely manage myself now, how am I going to manage a family? But then you see, you simplify it. I love that you remove the barriers. It's life. This is what you
Mhm.
should do. So, thank you so much
Exactly.
for everything you've said today. At the end of each podcast, we ask an end of podcast question. So, that question is, what does living well look like to you? And this time, we're going to ask this not just in general, but you as a woman, not you as a pregnant woman or you as a wife or you as, a business owner, you as Alina, what does living well look like to you in a nutshell?
In my opinion, it's feeling the love and expressing the love, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and it's not again about your status. It's about how, which car you own, where you live, and which purse you have. It's not that. We're all like beautiful souls, and we should communicate on that level, not like someone is getting more money, and someone is more successful. It's more about your inner feeling, how open you are to others, and
Yes.
being just honest, being open, and being loving, and being giving. And yeah, I just feel that way.
Amazing
That's
and perfect.
beautiful. Agreed.
Beautiful
Yes.
answer. Well, thank you so much, Angela. How are you feeling at the end of
Thank you
this
so much. I'm
conversation?
feeling inspired. I'm feeling motivated. I'm a night owl myself, so that really motivated me to get my sleeping schedule on track. So thank you for that. Thank you for all your
Yes.
wonderful answers
My
and
pleasure.
advice.
My pleasure. It was lovely to have you girls today.
Thank you so
Thank
Thank
much,
you. It
you.
was lovely
Alina.
having you.
Yes, so that is the end of our choral conversations for today. We will see all of you guys next week. Until next time, guys.
Yay.
See you.
Yay.